This is for the Americans, whether we understand it or not,
yes.
who are undecided still.
Welcome, everybody. Many of you have been asking me this week, David, now with these debates scheduled between Trump and Biden, who could possibly be undecided at this point? In other words, in what world are there people who have no idea who they're going to vote for or don't know, and they need to watch a debate during which, by the way, the format won't allow any deep discussion of any topic? How is it that people are waiting around for that in order to decide who they're going to vote for, particularly when the competing visions between the two candidates are so stark and in such relief that what is there to figure out? Either you support democracy or you don't. And that's basically it in terms of how one would vote. Now, I generally agree with you. If you've been paying attention, how could you possibly be undecided? But some people haven't really been paying attention. Now, here's a clip from 2 days ago from The View. And here's former Trump aide Alyssa Farah Griffin, who I think is mostly like an anti-Trump Republican at this point in time. She says that the debates between Trump and Biden will be a really great way for Americans to figure out who, if they're undecided, who to vote for. Here's what she had to say.
I think it's critical that they do have these roadblocks in place. Yeah. Cutting off the mics is the most important, or it can just descend into absolute chaos. Yeah. And I'd remind folks, I've been for debates always. I understand he's ridiculously unfit for office, but this is for the Americans, whether we understand it or not, who are undecided still. They need to see it. They need to hear it. They need answers to questions. I think it's good for democracy. And I think
now I'm for debate. I want these debates to happen. These debates should happen. Are we going to learn anything about policy from the debates? No. If you're wondering what are the competing visions from Trump and Biden on, I don't know, education policy, you're not going to get that information in the debate. If you're wondering about competing visions on healthcare and how would they implement their views on healthcare, you're not going to get it in the debate. We have two competing visions. That's true. But they are simply not mediated by direct exchange. And we talked about this yesterday on the show. Should the candidate who won the election become president? If you think the answer is yes, then you should be voting for Joe Biden. If you think that no, it's okay for the loser to become the president, well, then Trump is probably your guy. Nothing is going to happen in the debate that's going to change that. Trump doesn't want women to have bodily autonomy, and he's thrilled that Roe v. Wade was taken away. Biden has a different perspective. Nothing that can be said in the debate is going to change that. But the truth is, of course, more complicated. There are still undecided people, even if people like me who host a political show, or folks like you who listen or watch political shows, we're all in the minority in the sense that we are and have been paying attention for a while. There are undecided people, mostly because they don't follow this stuff all the time. You think about the average person you meet at a Trump rally. They're not undecided, and certainly not in the sense that the subject matter of the debate could change their mind. But if you go into, I'm just picking random states, you could go to any state, but if you go to Georgia and Michigan and Arizona, and you find folks who politics was never the foremost thing in their lives growing up, and they have busy jobs, and they have kids and families and all these different things. And you say, hey, have you been following what's going on and the competing visions on healthcare between? They'd say, no, I really haven't. I don't know. I haven't been paying much attention. And for those people, the optics of the debate are what will most matter. So a better thing would be, how can anyone who's paying attention be undecided? I don't know that you can be. It's really wild to me. Now, I do get some calls from people who say, listen, I'm following this stuff. I'm just furious with Joe Biden, for example, over Israel, Gaza, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet. That's different. And again, I also don't think that's going to be mediated by the debates. But I am always for debates. The format doesn't lend itself to deep discussion. And this is what gets to the asymmetrical risk. It's not going to be about the substance of the debates. And it's not even going to be about good performances. Good performances at the debate visually probably just help you keep your existing level of support. But if either Biden or Trump really mess up, I'm talking serious brain glitch stuff where it seems like they don't know what's going on. That seems to be the biggest risk to me at this point in time. Let me know what you think. Let me know what in the debates really has the potential to change the trajectory of the election. One of our sponsors today is Tychos, which provides an awesome free weekly 5-minute video series about the economy called The Weekly Comment. And it's hosted by Richard Vague. I've always found Richard Vague to be a premier economic expert. He's the former Secretary of Banking and Securities for Pennsylvania. And every week, Richard is covering economic topics that keep you up to date, really looking at the key economic issues of our time: U.S. debt, income inequality, forecasts for the American economy, economic challenges that are facing Europe and China, innovative policy ideas. Richard is the author of economic bestsellers, including A Brief History of Doom, The Case for a Debt Jubilee, and his newest book, The Paradox of Debt, which is a really interesting look at how government deficit spending in the U.S. during the pandemic era mostly benefited the top 10%. The $6 trillion in government deficit spending in the U.S. in the nearly 3 main pandemic years increased household wealth by $31 trillion. That's the paradox of debt, according to Richard Vague. And in his weekly video series from Tychos called The Weekly Comment, Richard is excellent at taking really complicated economic issues and making them accessible to anyone. Go sign up for free. The link is down below.